I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about different ways that you can change your body without having to lift heavy weights, because I know online a lot of people talk about lift heavy weights to change your body, but sometimes you can't lift heavier weights because you're scared you're going to get hurt, or maybe you have an injury, you're recovering from an injury, you don't have heavier weights, but you still want to change your body. And honestly, I've found that these ways really do help to lean out your body. So I'm going to go over them with you because these are the things that I did to help change my body. And these are the things that I'm going to do again now that I'm recovering, got over injury and illness, a little surgery. But I totally understand how frustrating it is when you want to change your body and you're really struggling. So these exercises are going to help you. I swear by these. So if you're struggling to change your body and you're a woman over 40 or 50 like me, then you're going to love this. So let's get started. If you're new here, I am a mom of 3. I own 2 businesses. I've owned a med spa for over 20 years, and I own another business called Firm Over 40, where I help women. I'm really passionate about helping women age with confidence and strength. So there's links below. You can learn more about it, and I have a bunch of free guides as well to help you firm up over 40. I really believe in this 10 with Jen method. I created it for myself and now I share it with my clients. So there's like really strategic 10-minute workouts that you can do throughout your day. I do some at work, I do them here. I don't take that much time, but I just make sure that the workouts are strategic. If you're struggling with knowing kind of like what to do to firm up as you get older. Okay, so first is something called drop sets. So you would start heavier and then immediately go to the next weight down. So this is good if you have like 10s and 8s and a 5, or just even 2 sets of weights. But assuming you have 3 sets of weights, then you would do the exercise progressing down with the weights, just back to back. So it's like a higher volume of tension on your muscle, but without having to lift heavier weights. Say, for instance, if I was going to do shoulder presses, then I have 15, 10, and 8. I would do a warm-up set usually first. So assume you're doing a warm-up set just with like your lighter weight, and then you would go into your heaviest weight. I would do like, depending your level, I would do a 10 of the heaviest weight. And then you would go obviously to your next one down and then do 10 the same if you can. And then the next one down and you would do 10. So that's kind of a drop set. So that's like a really great way to have a lot of volume onto a muscle group that you want to get more muscle, get stronger. So another thing to do is time under tension. If you were, for instance, doing like bicep curls and you don't have like heavier weights, you only have 5 or 8 pounds, you can slow the time that your muscle is under tension. So instead of just your typical like going like this, right? So then you could hold it under tension. So where you feel like the most tension on your muscle for you, that's where you would hold and then go down slow. So that's changing the tempo. So you're playing with time under tension and then tempo. So you could change the tempo as well and go down 3 count and go up for a 3 count, or you could go down for like a 4 count and then go up for a 1 count. So you would play with that. That's another way to increase the tension on your muscle. Another thing you can do is stretch. So kind of go beyond, stretch the muscle and then bring it up. I like to do this with biceps too, because I can't lift super heavy with biceps. So I will increase the stretch of the muscle and then bring it up. And then stretch it all the way down and bring it up. This works really good for if you were doing like chest exercises too, and like bench press or flies. Okay, so stretch beyond, come up, hold. So holds are another, time under tension technique, which work really good if you're doing leg exercises and you don't have a lot of weight at home. You could do your drop sets, where with legs, if you only have like 1 set of weights, you could do 2 weights to 1 weight to no weights, right? So that would look like a lunge with 2 weights for like, I would do 12 to 15, then drop a weight. If you get bored doing this, you can always like play with bringing it under your leg. If you're not as like bored going up and down, you can hold it. You could do pulses and then drop the weight and then do no weights. Okay, so that's how you can do drop sets for your legs. Another thing I like to do for legs, for abs, is to change the height of what you're doing. If you're kind of always doing your, say, a deadlift, right, where you are targeting like your glutes and you're kind of going down and coming up, you can change the tempo and go slower and come up. But if you change the height and then stand on like a little step or platform, increases your range of motion, and you can get more of a stretch, and then it will challenge your muscle in a different way because you're able to go further than if you're just standing on the floor. You can also use a step for lunges, and this is one of my favorite things. So I have an adjustable step and actually have two of them. For lunges, you can change the range of motion by having your front foot higher, your back foot down, and then coming down with your knee to the floor and coming up. So that's going to feel and work your muscle completely different than just doing it here. You're getting like more of a stretch, and then the more advanced you get, the higher up the step you can make. Then you can come up and put your foot here, or you can come down and bring your foot up and work on balance. So it's hard to do slow, but there. All right. So increase this step up as you get more advanced. So you can do it to the side also and come up. Okay. You can do pulses. You can do pulses here. You can play with also 2 weights, 1 weight, and then, to no weights. So I like that a lot. You can do it with the step or whatever behind you as well for your back leg, and then do the reverse. Okay, holding weights and then dropping the weight down each time. And then you can, raise the step as you get more advanced. So I just want to show you, if you have 2 steppers like I do, they're not the same, but they're the same height, then you can change your depth, well, how far you're going down. So I like these for sumo squat or inner thigh work. You can hold the weight here, or you can hold it here, and it just gives you a larger range of motion. It's a good way to challenge your muscles if you have something that you can stand on, and it's really good for abs, for ab work. So have your feet on here, and then come down. It's more challenging. Also, if you have it higher, I like to do abs where you can get like a stretch. If you're laying down, then you can bring your legs lower and up. And it just gives you, especially if it's higher, it gives you more of a stretch in your lower abs than if you're just doing it on the floor. Even from here, you could do it like, it's just a different feeling than if you're sitting on the floor. You have a larger range of motion, so you're working the muscle in a different way. Another thing I love doing is combining weights and bands, because again, it adds just more tension on the muscle back to back, so you can work faster. So if you were doing your side lateral raises and you're on like your 3rd set, or you only have 2 sets of weights, then you could grab your band, whatever you have. I use this with my Firm Over 40 girls in my program, but then you could go into banded work, banded upper right rows. Back to back from weights to a band is really good. Another thing to do is attach your band to something and then combine your weights. That's why I like this band too. It's like super adaptable. Say you wanted to do a row and a lunge. You could take your weight, right? And then this band can change the tension. So here is easier than if you're gonna grab it here. You could then combine a lunge and a row, right? A lunge, pulse, and then do a row like that. Okay, so you're working like multiple body parts in just different ways than you're maybe used to. So that's going to, change up your workout. Okay, so you can also do a lot of rotational things with bands like this from all different angles. Down, you could do biceps. If you did your bicep kickbacks or some type of bicep exercise, and then came in and then you did kickbacks like that and pulses. And then you can use these for your bands for like legs too. So if you're doing a bunch of glute work, or I like to double the band to make it more challenging, put it around my feet and then take a weight and then do you know, like side to side, walking, back, monster walks, forward and back, pulses. You can use it actually for HIIT. You can do side lateral, even put a weight here, and then side to side. You can do something like this and work on balance and have a little resistance. You really need to work on your balance as you get older. It's so vital. I got certified in functional aging as like a workout specialty because I just wanted to make sure as I aged well. And that's another reason I don't like to lift super heavy anymore, because I just got my MRI results and I have a bunch of disc issues and I just don't want to take a chance. So I really am happy I figured out how to sculpt my body without having to lift super heavy, crazy weight. If you can still do that as you're getting older, that's amazing, but just be careful. Okay, so for sure, kick back. And you can do this on all fours too. These are some ways that I've been able to kind of change my body, and I wanted to share with you because you guys were asking me. I will probably start to do a few of my 10 with Jen workouts. Some of you asked me for that. Put a link below where you can get my band like this. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I have a few slots left, so check the link below. I help you with fitness, nutrition, mindset, and also your skincare. So things that you can do to help firm up and tighten your skin, not only for your face, but for your body. So I hope you like this. Comment down below any other areas you're struggling, and I will see you in the next one.